My name is Cameron, and this is my research project proposal for ENC1102. The primary source I chose for this project was The Masque of the Red Death by Edgar Allan Poe. I'm going to focus on a historical analysis because I want to find how historical events of that time period influenced Poe's writing. The Masque of the Red Death by Edgar Allan Poe was published in Graham's Magazine in April of 1842. The story follows Prince Prospero as he hides in his abbey in an attempt to avoid the very dangerous Red Plague. Him and the other wealthy nobles who accompanied him in the abbey hosted a ball in the 7 rooms of the abbey, each decorated with a different color, said to represent the stages of life. Despite his efforts to isolate himself and the other wealthy nobles from the dangers of the Red Death, in the end, isolating themselves was not enough and they all contracted the Red Death and died. My research question is, how did Poe's experiences with disease and knowledge of past epidemics like bubonic plague outbreaks and smallpox influence his writing, and is the Red Death just a disease or does it represent something else? The Red Death is said to be inspired by the bubonic plague, a disease that originated in mid-14th century Asia. The bubonic plague was spread by fleas on rats and quickly found its way to Europe, causing one of the deadliest pandemics in history, the Black Death. During the time that Poe was writing The Masque of the Red Death, his wife, Virginia Poe, was ill with tuberculosis and it actually ended up dying of it later in 1847. Poe also witnessed a cholera epidemic while living in Baltimore, which could have also given him inspiration in his writing. Based on my current analysis of the story and knowledge of Poe's influences, my working thesis statement is: Edgar Allan Poe's story, The Masque of the Red Death, was heavily influenced by his life experiences and the bubonic plague, and the Red Death in the story represents the fact that death is inevitable. Thank you for taking the time to watch my proposal. I'm looking forward to the feedback and recommendations on my project.